Namaste to all of you. My name is Natalia. I'm a co-founder of Art Studio 12 Qualities. And when we are planning it's flowers that represent the sincerity in vital, so I need to put it, to keep it here. When I was planning about what to say before we will show you the film, I want to say about what we are doing, what is Art Studio about, what is 12 Qualities, what was our way to do all these things. But suddenly, yesterday, everything has changed. When we were working on this quality, try to reveal it in the images and sounds, on sincerity, I tried to keep the essence of sincerity, try to hold it, to have a glimpse of it, in order to find the proper forms. How can it be revealed? How can we be in touch with sincerity? That is the mother's quality, and of course it's the psychic quality that is deep in our heart. And when I was downloaded the final version of the film, and yesterday I need to check the sound, the images, is it good or not? And I have seen this film several times, and I know in which point it touched me. But then the final version was clear, the sound was good, the images also. And I put this on the screen of my laptop, these flowers, Italian astras that symbolize the sincerity in vital. Suddenly I felt the presence of the Divine Mother, but I have never felt such a presence. All of us have this opportunity to feel the Mother's presence in one way or another. But yesterday it was something special. It was not an essence of the sincerity, it was the Mother of sincerity. And she was so beautiful, standing behind all this work and preparation. And I was bursting into tears. And from the depths of my being, I was just so much adoration to her. And this is the only important thing. And my inner being was calling, you, only you, and nothing else. The Mother in the presence of sincerity is something very special, very intimate. And before we start, I would like to invite my colleague, co-founder of Art Studio, Vladimir, to read some passages from Savitri in order to concentrate before we see the film.
So we were thinking which passage to choose before we view the film. And we chose the... No, please don't close it yet. I want to see the pages. And we chose the end of the world soul. Some of you know Savitri well. This is the most ecstatic moment when Ashwapati discovers the Divine Mother. For the first time, she removes her veil from her face. You know, she is like Isilda Isis. Her face is always veiled. Nobody saw her face ever. Nobody looked into her eyes ever. But for the first time, she opens half and he sees the outline of her face. You will see at the end of this passage what happens to him. So he looks for her, and this passage is just 1 page, 1.5. So I will read it before we start the film. Along a road of pure interior light, alone between tremendous presences, under the watching eyes of nameless gods, his soul passed on, a single conscious power, towards the end which ever begins again, approaching through a stillness dumb and calm, to the source of all things, a human and divine. There he beheld, in their mighty union's poise, the figure of the deathless two-in-one, a single being in two bodies clasped, a diarchy of two united souls, seated, absorbed in deep creative joy. Their trance of bliss sustained the mobile world. Behind them, in a morning dusk, one stood, who brought them forth from the unknowable. Ever disguised, she awaits the seeking spirit, watcher on the supreme unreachable peaks, guide of the traveler of the unseen paths. She guards the austere approach to the alone. At the beginning of each far-spread plain, pervading with her power the cosmic suns, she reigns, inspirer of its multiple works and thinker of the symbol of its scene. Above them all she stands, supporting all. The sole omnipotent goddess ever veiled, of whom the world is the inscrutable mask. The ages are the footfalls of her tread, their happenings the figure of her thoughts, and all creation is her endless act. His spirit was made a vessel of her force. Mute in the fathomless passion of his will, he outstretched to her his folded hands of prayer. Then, in a sovereign answer to his heart, a gesture came, as of worlds thrown away. And from her raiments, lustrous mystery raised, one arm half parted the eternal veil. A light appeared, still and imperishable. Attracted to the large and luminous depths of the ravishing enigma of her eyes, he saw the mystic outline of a face. Overwhelmed by her implacable light and bliss, an atom of her illimitable self, mastered by the honey and the lightning of her power, drunk with a deep golden spiritual wine, he cast from the rent stillness of his soul a cry of adoration and desire, and the surrender of his boundless mind, and the self-giving of his silent heart. He fell down at her feet, unconscious, prone,